Hello, beautiful people. How are you doing today? I hope you're good. Today, let's make this simple, no knead soft bread. This is one of the softest bread I've ever made. It's so soft, it's so fluffy. Even if you sit on it, it will bounce right back. So let's get started. In my bowl, I added in room temperature water. I live in a warm country, and I brought in sugar, and I also brought in yeast. Now we are going to stir this to combine properly. If you're not sure about your yeast, you might need to allow this to bloom for about 5 minutes. If it doesn't bloom, you'll discard it and get another one. Now I brought in melted butter, and we're also going to stir this to combine properly. And now I'll come in with the bread flour. You can also use all-purpose flour, and I brought in the salt. Usually I don't add in the salt with the yeast together because I don't want the salt to kill the yeast. And we'll start mixing this. We'll mix it to absorb all the dry ingredients, all the dry flour, so we're not seeing any dry flour anymore. We'll mix it because we are not kneading it, so that all the ingredients will be well incorporated into the flour. Now we'll have a little bit of a sticky dough, and I'll spray cooking oil by the sides of my bowl. This will help the dough not to stick because we are going to let this rest and rise. Just move the dough around so that the oil will be on the surface of the dough. And I'll cover this with my plastic wrap, and we're going to allow this to rest for up to 1 hour. It should have doubled in size by the time it's 1 hour. I'll leave it on my counter here because I live in a warm region. If you live in the cold regions, please, you might have to take it to your oven with your oven turned off. And this is after 1 hour. This has risen well. Now I spread out some flour on my work table, and I brought in the dough. You can see it's very sticky. And in my pan, I added in oil, spread it around. That will help the dough not to stick to the pan when we're baking it. And let's get back to the dough. I'll put some flour on my hand so that this wouldn't stick so much, and I'll turn this into a ball shape just like you're seeing me do. This is quite easy, no kneading required, and you'll get amazing results. And I'm going to flip it to the other side and make it very tight and nice. Now I'm going to cut this into 3 parts. You can cut as many parts as you want, but I'm using 3 parts for the purpose of this video. So if you want exact measurements, you might have to use your kitchen scale, but I'm just doing this randomly. And I spread out flour again on my work surface because this is quite sticky. And I brought in my dough, and I also floured my rolling pin because I don't want this to stick to my rolling pin. And we're going to roll this out. So I roll this into a rectangle shape. Be free to dust in some flour at some point if it seems to be getting sticky. Roll it out nice and smooth, and we're going to fold this. Observe how I'm doing this. This is quite easy. You can also do this. Bread making is so fulfilling. It's so therapeutic. I don't buy bread anymore. We'll make all the bread we'll eat here at home. And when we get to the edges, we're going to pinch it like this so that it doesn't open up. Pinch it and roll it a little bit. And I'm going to pinch these edges also so that it doesn't open up when it's in the oven. Pinch both sides of the edges. Now I'll line it in my baking pan. Look at the tray of them, and I'll cover this and allow it to rest for 30 more minutes. Remember, I live in the warm region. I don't have to put this in the oven, and this is 30 minutes. This has doubled in size. I have a whole egg here. I'm going to dip this, and I'll apply it all over the dough. This will give it that shiny color when it's coming out from the oven. I'll apply it all over the body of the dough. And now we are going to score this with a very sharp knife. Be careful so that you don't hurt yourself. We are going to give this some cuts just like I'm doing. The knife has to be very sharp, or you can use a razor blade. If it's not that sharp, it's going to deflate the bubbles in the dough. And immediately we are sending this to our preheated oven, and we are baking at 180 degrees Celsius between 30 minutes to 35 minutes. And here comes our soft French bread out from the oven. You can imagine my kitchen right now. It's smelling so nice. What a scent. I hope you'll try this and let me know how it came out for you. I want to use this opportunity to say a big thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for checking out all my videos. You all make my day worthwhile. And if you've not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, like and share my videos and get amazing content like this. And we are cutting this. Everybody wants more of this bread. Remember, at Glory Homemaker, we give you value for your time. And here comes our sliced bread. You can have this with butter or whatever you want to have it with. It's so soft. You press it in, it bounces right back. It's so fluffy. It's so delicious. Bread making is a skill I think every family should be aware of. It's life-saving. I hope you learned a thing or more from this video. You can write me in the comment section, drop your questions or your suggestions, and I'll be glad to hear from you. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.